Hi everyone, I'm Lisette, and today I'm going to be sharing a great recipe that I found for a grain-free pumpkin loaf. The recipe I'm going to be sharing today is one that I got off of a blog called The Defined Dish. She shares so many great recipes that tend to be on the healthier side using really good, clean ingredients. I am personally working on starting to incorporate more recipes and foods like that into my life. So I really like to follow her for inspiration. This is a great recipe for all the holidays coming up and just a really nice fall recipe. It is made with almond flour and coconut sugar and some other really good clean ingredients. I'm gonna show you how it's done, but first, if you do not follow my YouTube channel here, please subscribe and like this video if you like it. It is a really fun thing for me to do, to share other people's recipes or my own, or to taste test things for you. I really love doing it, and I would really love this channel to keep growing. So if you are interested in content like that, I would really appreciate you to subscribe. So here over the KitchenAid, I got a new bowl. Isn't she nice? It's nice and clear so you guys can see everything. I'll link it below for you. In here, there's 2 eggs. The probably key to this recipe, one of the key things I would assume is that the first step is that you beat these eggs for 2 to 3 minutes until really frothy with the whisk attachment on. This helps the pumpkin loaf to rise, okay? So I'm gonna turn that on and get these whipped. All right, so this is how they look after beating for 2 minutes. They're really nice and frothy, and they have a lot of air, which is gonna help that rise. So now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients that go into this part. 3/4 cup of coconut sugar, 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I'm using 1/2 cup of avocado oil. You could use brown butter like she says. I'm making it the easy way, which is avocado oil. And then it's dairy-free too, so you guys know I like to make my dairy-free recipes. 1 cup of pumpkin puree, a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. She also calls for lemon zest. I skip that because I really don't like zesting lemons. Probably because I'm lazy, but I don't know. I just find it to be such a chore. And I didn't do it last time, didn't think it needed it. But if you love that, go for it. I'm also adding about a tablespoon of vanilla extract and mixing that one more time. Okay, then she says to let this sit for 2 minutes before adding the dry ingredients. One of the things I think is really interesting is that she puts the baking soda in this part. So I assume that the lemon juice, everything's gonna kind of work together as it sits and help it maintain a nice consistency to help the almond flour rise and stuff. So let that sit for 2 minutes and then we'll add everything else. All right, now it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. 1.5 cups of almond flour, 1/2 cup of tapioca flour, 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, and then she calls for 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. I actually did 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. She also calls for nutmeg. I don't do that because I'm not a huge nutmeg fan. And then also in this was 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I am going to pour this into a loaf pan. She does hers with a parchment lining because she's gonna take it out and ice it. I actually am not gonna ice it because I don't have all the ingredients for the icing, and B, last time it was so good, I don't even think it needs the icing. I'm sure adding the icing would just be icing on the cake, but I'm not going to do it. I guess if you were making it to take somewhere, I mean, it would look gorgeous with that icing on. It's like a dairy-free cream cheese icing. I just didn't buy the dairy-free cream cheese. By the way, I did grease this dish. That is it. It smells amazing. Let me tell you guys, if TV had like smell-o-vision, cooking channels would freaking blow up. Because, I mean, if you smelled this, you'd want it. You'd want to make it. All right, this is done and smelling so good. I'm gonna cut a piece and show you the inside. I'm just gonna hold up the end because it's gonna stay together so that you can see like how like squishy and soft it is, even though it's grain-free. Like, look at that. It looks like bread. Can you see the steam too? Wow, so much steam. It looks like actual pumpkin bread that you would like get at Starbucks or something. I mean, a true testament is that I'm not even making the frosting because it has so much good flavor on its own that it doesn't need anything else. Obviously the frosting would just add to it and make it even better, or chocolate chips or nuts, anything that you want to do to make it a little more fancy, a little bit more. It would probably look prettier too, but the cake itself is just so good. By the way, you don't taste the lemon if you were wondering. Like, it's not like a lemon flavor, even though it has a lemon. It just adds to like the flavorfulness of it. It's great like smeared with butter or cream cheese if you're not doing the icing, just plain, you know. It's great if you're trying to start having a more clean lifestyle, but you don't want to sacrifice on having your treats here and there. It's such a fantastic recipe. I highly recommend you check out her blog. I'm gonna link the recipe below, which will take you to her blog, of course, and just try out some of her other recipes. Everything that I tried so far has been really good. The website is thedefineddish.com, and her name is Alex Snodgrass, and she's also on Instagram, and she just actually created her own brand of sauces, which is really cool. Anyway, she's somebody who's super inspiring and also like legit. She is testing these recipes and making sure they're good before sharing them with everyone. And this one has definitely been tested in her kitchen and also in mine, and it is so good. So I hope you guys get a chance to make this. And if you love videos like this, testing out new recipes, tasting new foods, and learning tried and true recipes from me, I hope you subscribe to keep watching. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a great day.